Okay, we're cleaning things up a little bit more. I have taken my blow-up mattress and put it under John because he's having problems with his hips. The foam isn't holding up very well for him. So I've got a regular camping pad that's foam. I've got this camping pad that I blew up for his hips, and then he has a yoga mat under that, and then he has the regular foam. So hopefully that will help him feel better, because with his back, he is having some pain. I switched out Paige to a more concise sleeping bag. Kaya has her sleeping bag, and then if it were to get cold, we would put this over the top of her as well. And then to save on space, I took our big bulky blanket and put it inside the sleeping bag cover so that it can act like a bolster or a pillow for Kaya. But then if it were to get colder, we'd have more blankets for her. So things are getting a little bit more streamlined, even though we have more stuff. We took a lot of the books out, and I have the school books up with the computer stuff just because it's easier to get into this cupboard. Computer stuff, filming stuff. We have a lot more up in the overhead compartment, and it's soft because when we take a fast corner, they have a tendency to come out and it hurts. So I'm going to remake the bed. The girls, hey, turn and show your cute new duds. Grandma and Grandpa went and got the girls some better coats so that if we go through Colorado, they're not freezing to death.
And got badges.
And they got badges. Aren't they cute with their little...
Red one.
Look at me, Muckluck. Look at me. Hey, Muckluck.
I'm missing a pair of pants.
So, there we go. Did you look in the closet in the bathroom? You should. There should be like 3 pairs.
I am a polar bear. And I was. Look at my.
So we are getting ready to take off.
Look at my puppet.
You're about to see some child abuse happen if Kaya keeps trying to bite me. This was something that Mary made for the girls.
A puppet. My son goes in the head.
And we got her Paige some Ariat boots for $6 because her sandals need to be sent to be redone.
Somebody sent us all these
yeah, that would be good. Yep.
And we also bought this dress.
Yes.
And I love my bag.
Well, where are they? Are they out in your parents' trailer?
And I love my bag. And
Did you happen to see any while we unpacked it?
And Paige
no.
got 2 badges. There was one
So, again, what we learned from going and seeing the other RVs is that we really love our free little RV. And we think it's really well designed, and we just had too much stuff in it. So, along that note, a new series that we're going to be working on is a collaboration with Cinnamon over on her channel. She has done Jill's of All Trades with me, and we're going to transition from, I'm going to transition from the podcast. She's going to take over the podcast more and develop her own channel, but she has amazing tips on how to organize, and her husband is amazing at editing, so you guys will love their videos. And that will be fun because that is the do or the die. If you don't have your trailer well organized, you will not be happy in it. And you'll think you need to move up to a bigger size when you really don't. So, how are those pretty new boots looking?
Good.
Those are snazzy. I love cowboy boots because they can be dressy or they can be casual. So, and I love that hat. All right, so I have, these are 2 twin size foam pads. So everything has to kind of amp up on the other side in order to have there be room, which I don't mind because I like to be isolated from the cold coming off that window because I'm the one that sleeps on that side. We have towels, 1 extra set of sheets, yoga mat, what is in there? I don't remember. Hats, life vests for the girls, some homeschool stuff, and then John's
What about some
essentials.
Our swimsuits.
I did get your swimsuits.
Okay, good.
So, we are getting ready to pack up. We're going through Utah, and then, depending on the weather, we're going to try and get Colorado, because there's some amazing alternative building style things going on in Colorado. Did you find them?
Look.
There's the corn shells. I told you I packed them. They must have just gone over to the trailer.
They were in the trailer.
Okay, so let's see, because I know that I packed... I know John has more pants than what that is.
I'll put this down as one of the pitfalls of being in a very small space. When you lose something, it's going to always be something major.
Look, Mom.
Okay, so at this point you only have 1 pair of pants?
Correct. I'm down to 1. Did we have anything close in storage that I could go get to?
Well, we have to find those pants. Did you
Right.
look in your parents' still?
I love you, dear. Please get out of the camera.
Well, you have lots and lots of shorts.
Right?
Hold on.
Great.
Powder mittens. Hey, show them your cowboy boots.
Because it's in the 40s here right now. It is chilly. One thing you don't want to be doing a whole lot of is laundry. You don't want to have a lot of duplicates of things. And bedding can make that interesting. So what I like to do is I have the pads that we have on top and a sheet that's big enough to go around all the foam. And then we have a very thick down comforter. And instead of worrying about sheets where they get tangled up and you have to kind of sort them out and you're fighting with them with your spouse at night, I use a duvet cover that I can pull off and I can wash. I only have one. I don't have multiple sheets. They just take up too much space in something this small, okay? So including the engine compartment, we are 20 feet. We just don't have space for extra storage. And so I do have extras of like pillowcases and that kind of thing, but not a whole lot of sheets. And so far when we do laundry, it hasn't been a problem. So once every couple weeks, we'll wash the sheets. We don't do it every week unless we've been really hot and sweaty. Along with that, so we have our big warm blanket, but on top of that, we have a polar fleece. And the reason for that is that if it's too hot, we can sleep on top of the duvet and just use this. If we get colder, we can put this underneath the duvet and it warms us really well. And so there's a method to how you sleep in it at night. If it's really cold, you put the polar fleece next to you and the comforter over the top. If, you know, the red one is just right, you just use that. And if the red is too hot, you sleep on top of that and sleep with this. So there is a method to the madness. And the one thing I haven't done yet, you guys saw me make this cushion. I need to do that to the rest of these. So far, I just have covers on them. But you see how that's not ideal. It's better to have something that just has elastic in it and loops over and snaps in place, because anytime you sit on it, it tries to go away with you. So we also have the love sack, the mini love sack for Tina to sleep in. It gives her a safe place to go when I'm cooking so that she's not underfoot. And other than that, I do have more bags hanging around and more crafty stuff than maybe most people should have, because part of what I do for our Patreon account is I make hats and or scarves or gloves and stuff like that. So in here, watch for the avalanche. In here is all my Patreon making materials. I have a big sweater that I'll be making, and I have hats that I owe, that kind of thing. This is going to be my mom's hat. I need to spin this still. And so let's see if I can close this without making a mess. So I have that there, and then I have a lot of my yarn. And when I send things, I like them to be pretty. So I have my herbs in there. I have some of my yarns, some of my thank you notes. So I do have more crafting stuff than probably the average RVer would. Here's our clothes. John decided that he didn't want his underwear and socks in that. So they're up here instead, because it hurts for him to have to bend down and pick things up because of his back. So if instead they're up there, it's easier for him to reach them. So we switched that around. Mine is the top. The middle is some extra school stuff, because where John's stuff is where I had all the school stuff and the playing supplies. So this is a little easier for the girls to reach. So little drop spindles, exercise bands, and then under here are the girls. Their clothes are in the back: socks, underwear, leggings. And my smalls are back here in that. It's like a 4-drawer little setup. So that's that. Again, our fridge doesn't work, but it works good to store things in, where they're not going to be bouncing around, and it's meant to handle weight, so it's okay. So this is the bathroom. We have some things. I need to organize this space a little better. I think we have some redundancy. We have lots of soap under here, and you will see we do have an old RV. I mean, you can see we have cracks in the floors and everything, but we love her. Okay, This is my spinning wheel. This is the, what are you? This is a hopper. See, she's little. She fits right there next to our dirty laundry and next to our hangable things. So it's just getting, I think we're getting better at this, I guess is what I'm saying. And then here's the girls. We put Paige into a better sleeping bag. The one she had was older, and she wasn't doing a very good job making her bed. And in this small of a space, having things tidy makes a huge difference in your your morale. So putting her in a sleeping bag, I think that will be better. It'll be tidier. And then this is Kaya's. We put her in a sleeping bag. I don't know how long it will be long enough. So I also I stuffed a really nice duvet into this that used to hold Paige's sleeping bag. So I could pull this out at any time. And what I would most likely do, I like the sleeping bag thing in the RV, and especially with children. And so probably what I'll do is sew up 2 sides of that so that it forms a rectangle that she can climb in and out of. They seem to stay warmer when they're enclosed rather than being able to kick their blankets off. And then this is our emergency kit, like our first aid kit. And let's see, I have some pots and pans in here that now I need to figure out how to get back in. I have, this is not a junk drawer, this is a tool drawer that also happens to have trash bags in it. Some herbs, cooking supplies, more cooking supplies, games for the girls. This is our medicine drawer. It has a lot of essential oils and homeopathics, supplements, and then John's painkillers. And then in here, let's see if I can get into it, I have washcloths, dishes, and raw potatoes. So I do like to use this space to hold things. It keeps everything from rattling around. So if we have water containers or fruit, it's good to have them in a basket in the sink. So that's how far we are at this point. Hopefully the weather cooperates and we can go to Colorado, but if not, we'll be heading down to Nevada, Arizona, and then to California to wait until it's a little later in the year to go to Florida. So that's our plan so far. Any trouble? Badges.
And I gave Mom a pink ring that we got at Jackson Logan's place.
Yep.
Do you want to show it to them? It's pretty, huh?
It's very pretty.
Look and give it to me.
Yep. Okay, so we spent 3 nights in this little gem. This is a bumper pole. And I don't remember if it's 10 or 20 years. I think it's 20 years younger than ours. Which has been really nice. And at the same time, I don't know. What we found is that if we were going to be stopped anywhere for a longer period of time, we would want something bigger like this. But for traveling and using an RV as like a travel vehicle, I really like ours. It's easy to get in and out of everywhere. I mean, we got up the mountain passes into Esther's from Nomadic. And so for what we're doing, I think it's perfect. For how much we try to keep moving, I think what we're in is just perfect, especially because of the price tag. Now, it cost John, I think, maybe $2,000 to get everything the way that it is now. But it was free to begin with. We put a little bit of work into it. It's been very dependable. And as long as we keep it really tidy and we don't let things like spill over and we don't accumulate anything, if anything comes in, something has to go out. We really love her. And she's just been super fun. And she doesn't get great gas mileage. And mostly RVs don't, especially the ones that are this age, or the age of ours. And, you know, gas mileage is important, but I don't think it's so important that we need to go out and spend $10,000 or $20,000 to get into something else, because instead we could just spend that on gas, a lot less than that on gas, and have a really reliable little RV that's easy for John to work on, because it is older. It's almost 40 years old, and we've just had so much fun in her. So being in a house again for a little bit, and being in the trailer here, the bumper pole trailer, and being in our RV all at the same time that was a little tricky. Not so much fun, just because we were too spread out. We felt like we didn't have a central hub, and that was just because we were going to have that rear seal fixed. And so it wasn't here for a couple days. But I'm really excited to get back on the road. It has been fun when we're actually moving and going from place to place. It's actually a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the journey. And if you have any suggestions for things you would like to see, make sure to let us know. And I'll try to get it in. I am quite behind on videos. I have somewhere in the neighborhood of 400 actual videos I've taken that I need to turn into videos. And I'm losing a little bit of track of when they happened compared to others. I'm trying to make sure they stay close to each other so that the storyline makes sense, but I need to stop doing that. I need to get on and video edit every day and get it done and not put it off. But video editing is kind of hard. Like, if you're too close to it, it's hard to have perspective and put it together. But if you're too far away from it, you can't remember what the storyline was. So I'm having to work on that. And if you see, I'm also working on thumbnails. I'm hoping that Derek from Country Crafts Woods will be making me a video soon on how to improve my thumbnails. But at least I'm tinkering at this point. I'm really trying. So hopefully it'll get there. And we're having fun. And we're glad you're here for the ride. And yeah, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe.